Croatia is under siege here at the siege of Siget in 1566, as the armies of the Ottomans are here to conquer Eastern Europe and march ever closer to the walls of Vienna. What's up, guys, and welcome back. We're here with another 1212 AD siege battle for you today, and like I said, this is the siege of Siget here fought in 1566 between the Ottomans, the Hungarians, and the Croatians. So yes, it is Hungary and Croatia taking on the armies of the Ottoman Empire here, as we have Islam clashing with Christendom once again in a glorious 1212 siege battle. I'm really looking forward to this one. This was in fact in history a Ottoman victory as they continued their conquest into Eastern Europe, and it was a defiant defense, put it like that, by the defenders of the Croatians, who with 3,000 men held back for a while, for about 1 month, 100,000 Ottomans. So I mean, it wasn't a long siege, but it was a decent defense, and also they managed to do a bit of a sally out, which Zrinski, who's the commander of the Croatians, kind of is quite famous for in the end. But yes, we have already here a bit of a sally out going on by the Cav. This is, I guess you could say, Zrinski's sally out. We have some hussars here, along with also some generals. We have the King's Bodyguard of Hungary. We have Croatia. We have two bands of Croatia here, and we also have some familiares going into combat here, and they're taking on some janissaries as well. We've got some janissaries, shock infantry down here. But yeah, so we do have 3 Croatian armies, 1 Hungarian army against 4 Ottoman armies. The Hungarians didn't really take part that much in history, just so you know. It was mainly Croatians, but we felt just to kind of mix up the rosters a little bit. But also, I mean, Croatia at the time is technically like under Hungary, kind of like a vassal sort of state. But yes, as you can see here, the Mongols, not Mongols, the Ottomans. Sorry, don't know where I'm getting the Mongols from, but the Ottomans are at the moment getting squashed by this cavalry. I guess it's kind of like Mongols in the sense that it's just cavalry just overwhelming infantry right now. The general here in real trouble for the Ottomans, which is a problem. But here we go, we've got reinforcements on the way here. We've got Kebeli, we've got some more Kebeli there, and then we've got looks like even more cav on the way. Even further back, we've got some Rumeli Scipii over there. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one, and it is a seriously close siege battle, and I'm being it comes down to the wire. So get yourselves some snacks, get yourselves some drinks, and get ready for a glorious siege battle. It really is a nail biter. That is for sure. Some cav there. So looks like those hussars have been routed. We've got some. We actually have the Sultan here. This is the Sultan that is leading the way here, and he is going to try and get over here and leave his one of his generals. This was like the band of Croatia here, or the King's Bodyguard here for the Hungarians also are winning. And then there you go, a general has fallen. That is sad to hear. So there you go. We've got one of the generals there. This is actually my general already that died, which is a sad thing to see. But yeah, I was playing in this battle. It's one of the scenarios that we did do on the Discord. If you want to get involved in some of the 1212 scenarios, then feel free to join the Discord. The link's down below in the description. It's where we do plenty of 1212 battles and 1212 scenarios. Generally, we have nearly got a general here. This is a Hungary's general in a whole lot of trouble here. There's also shock infantry that's side out here. We've got some Axemen here. Hungary that is side out. All the units here today are tier 3. So, because we are in 1566, so we're very much into the late period, maybe even further beyond that. And this shock infantry is asking to get killed off by the cav. It's really tempting fate. But I think the race was on to try and catch these generals here. As you can see, there's a banner of Croatia. There's another one here that could be caught. But yeah, this was a battle led by Suleiman the Magnificent, one of the most famous of the, probably the most famous of the Ottoman emperors. And he was the first to siege Vienna itself. It looks like we're going to see the band of Croatia, and also, well, I think both bands of Croatia are going to get back inside safely. But we've got to have the familiars here that are wavering at 58 men. The general for Hungary's also managed to get away, but he can't get back in any other way bar this gate here. All the other gates are currently being attacked by the Ottomans, so there's no way they can use those. We actually have the Ottoman cav inside here. We have a heavy bow cav here from the Ottomans that is very much inside, just protecting the gate. So really nicely done there. They actually destroyed this gate here and then used the cav just to capture the gate, which is a good idea. Got Scipii cav there. I mean, I don't know if they could charge the Pavis. They maybe could give it a good go. I don't know if it would work. There's a lot of spears set up. We've got Pavis just everywhere waiting, all these Croatian Pavis. They could have just charged down here. There's a sword unit waiting here. The cav should just rear charge this. That's an easy target. There's another one there actually as well. They really should have charged into both those units. They could have done a lot of damage. Because the infantry here has got chevrons, these Croatians. They've been in the siege for a whole month, so they've earned some experience apparently. But it really did help. I mean, actually, they have less troops or less units. They do start with 200 less men, did the defenders, but they actually have 4 less units. So those extra chevrons should hopefully balance it out. But yeah, I mean, the numbers aren't quite accurate because yeah, as I said earlier, the defenders had about 3,000 men, and obviously we can't get 100,000 Ottomans. But yeah, so really there should be a massive disadvantage in numbers. But yeah, no, unfortunately we couldn't just do that, because if we did like 10,000 versus 3,000, there's no way the defenders are even going to stand a chance. So we did balance it out. So it's not quite as historical as it could be, but there you go. We can't have everything. There you go. The Hungarian general is dead. He's been killed off by this cavalry here. His bodyguard fights to the death, but it may all be in vain, to be honest. We will see. This cavalry, infantry over here is also starting to die off. And we've got a mortar inside that's already shelling. It's trying to hit some of the infantry here. Haven't seen a mortar in sieges in a long time, but yeah, this Croatian mortar here going to try and do some damage, I'm sure, and try and get some nasty little hits if it can. But I think we're about to see the Ottomans start to land. I'm not sure. Looks like it. Yeah, they're now landing on the walls. We've got the Vlata Stisi here starting to land. Azop swords as well. Yeah, here they come. These Voynich swords here going in. And they're getting hit by Pavis crossbows. And yeah, crossbows is going to be a pain, because they can arc over buildings now, and they can arc over streets. So they're a very good, effective like defensive force. And you can see now the swords are retreated, so they can't be flanked by cavalry. A mistake with nearly like that could have been costly, but there you go. Voynichs going in. Again, shock infantry, Croatian communal nobles going into combat down here. Can't really see what's going on because of all the vegetation, but there is a fight going on down here. Shock infantry versus swords. Should really end in a shock infantry victory, but we will see. There you go. Yeah, Voynich's already wavering. In fact, look at that, 107. I think that's mainly because of the arch towers. The firearm actually does do like some fire projectiles does do -4 in the way of morale. The Vlata Stisi over here. I mean, they could engage these swordsmen, try and avoid that. I mean, it's a bit of a risky move though, just charging head on into a shield wall here, especially when these swords have got better stats now that they have these chevron stats to them. But I mean, yeah, Croatia, a faction we don't often see, so it's good to see them being shown off in a video, in a historical scenario as well. Certainly be interesting to see how they perform. And it's been a hot minute since we've done a Ottoman scenario, to be honest, like an Ottoman historical siege. So I'm really excited to see how this one goes down. Here we go. We've got a counter charge now coming from the swordsmen of Croatia. We'll see how these guys can do in combat here. Try and take on these Ottomans. Looks like they are routing the Voynichs. Yeah, they rout the Voynichs, and we've got some Vlata Stisi here that are holding. I think both have the same stats, and it seems like the Vlata Stisi are going to be wavering at 150 men. Jeez, that is not good. Could they get this cav around here, maybe do some damage? There's a lot of swords that are just being tied down right now. In go more Vlata Stisi. They're going to take on the swords of Croatia. And in they go into action. We'll see how they do. So I think the player that's having, I think, the most joy might be this one. I mean, this Ottoman player over here. There's a lot of swords though landing on the walls where actually they can get off still. That's good. That's lucky. But they need to be careful. Good to see horse archers firing on these communal nobles here. Certainly, you know, I'll be trying to focus down. These guys are already starting to get bloodied up, but they could really do with being focused on a little bit more. It like multiple arch units on this to just focus it down. Is what I'd do. We've got the Band of Croatia now moving up. I've actually landed on my wall over here as well, and we've got more communal nobles going in against Vlastici. So it seems like it's going to be a shock versus sword fight for this wall. And I'm just going to pray that the shock perform badly, or I can focus them down, one or the other. My ally at this point was Culverine, trying to open up a wall in the city. He's going to try and maybe allow us to flank around these pole arms on these spears here that are waiting. Because of a fight in the streets over here, as we have some communal spears from Croatia, some light spears being thrown in against. Well, I think it's just Vlastici of the Ottomans. Nothing insane. But yes, if you're enjoying the 12-12 action and generally the historical battles, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment showing support. As we speak, we're very, very close to 8K subs. So if you haven't already and you've been watching the content for a little while, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and comment as well. And if you've been here a while, like and comment. Subscribe, you've already done. Well done. You're part of the Papal Legion. But it seems as though these Vlastici are having a tough time at the moment. They have got some swords to countercharge them. Certainly one of these, I'd say, secret units up the Ottoman sleeves is these Janissaries. They're a heavy infantry unit, but they are hybrid units, so they have both bow and sword and shield. So they're pretty good in melee, and also they can fire and like focus down units, which is also going to be very, very handy. We have got more over here as well, more Janissaries. There's actually a lot of Janissaries here. Jeez, they're just like using like a big blob of archers, just focusing stuff on. Take out those archers back there, really nicely done. The swords down here trying to pierce through this spear line made of Pavis. See whether they can achieve it. If the Ottomans could have killed more generals, I think this would have helped massively, because morale would have gone down. That would have been a big, big issue for the defenders. Starting to lose finally over here with some of these swords, but it's taken a lot of effort. This is Azap's losing there, but they are lights. No surprise there. We have got the swords that are currently rear charging these spears. Spears are still looking the other way because they know that the Cavs are about to charge them. But yeah, it's certainly a good position the Ottomans have got the defenders into there. Swords over here as well, starting to push back the Croatian swords, which are literally called swordsmen. A very imaginative name. Yeah, it seems like the Ottomans, I mean, with this wall that they control and contest, doing a good job. So they look like they're going to get their solar guard archers up onto that wall. Not a bad idea. They are light bow infantry though, so they have to be careful with the missiles, but if they could focus down units down here, they could do a lot of damage. And we've got spears now pushing forward. They might try and take on those bow cav, which again they need to be careful of, because well, this cav is against spears, could be dangerous. And there you go, I actually managed to make it. And I don't really know how good these archer this bow cav is in combat really, but it looks like he's going to retreat. He has got swords nearby that could help. Whether he wants to bring up something like a shock infantry or a gunner unit, he could blitz through those guys pretty quickly. Finally, the Croatians start to lose in the streets over here. I like how these Azap swords, have a quick look at them. If you see their hats, kind of, I don't know why, but maybe it's because I'm in the festive period, they kind of look like Santa hats. Don't know why I'm thinking that, but I am. Cav here, the Scipii Cav, is just kind of like plowing on through, just walking like it doesn't even care. And it did help break that swords unit there. This one's also looking like it's going to break soon. Towers have fallen, didn't seem to do too much damage to the men below. If you're aware of the Attila towers, they just, once they fall and break like this, you can't use them again. But also, when they crumble, it kills a whole bunch of men, whether it's attackers or defenders. Whoever's just around them, they'll lose some men. It's kind of insane. So it's why it's quite a good strategy, and it's what the one of the Ottoman players did: just blow up a hole in the wall, then use the hole in the wall to capture the gate. It's a really good tactic. Something that I couldn't really do on my side because I had a mortar, which is over here at the moment. Yeah, I had a mortar. My ally had a culverin, but wasn't using it to destroy the wall in the end, unfortunately. But the swords going toe to toe with the Voynich swords. But Janish's shock infantry is well down here. These guys should make quite a lot of progress. I mean, especially against these light spears here, they should mow them down. Yeah, those spears are losing. I don't know if the swords are. They seem like they're holding their ground. Also, doesn't help that the archers at the bottom here, these archers, just focusing down my swords, just trying to help break them. I mean, they have got a not bad angle. It's not great, but it's an angle nonetheless.
Where's the honor in shooting someone, eh?
As you can see, they were just focusing down these units that just sat on the wall. I mean, I'm blobbing up a lot of units here at the moment, which is a bad idea. Really, I need to use my archers. Focus down their archers, kill them quickly, and we should be okay. Seems like the Ottomans have also managed to take this opening stage pretty effectively. It's only really me on my side that's kind of struggling a bit to get past that first line of defense. Azap swords here dying, fighting the Pavi spears. And there you go, milking those kills now. I mean, the Cav's looks like it's about to come down. Needs to be careful because this is a Pavi spear unit. Keyword is spear. They will just spike your cavalry to death. Voynich's battling away with the swordsmen of Croatia. Oh no, these are the swordsmen of Hungary, you can tell by the colour of their shields. And the Orthodox emblem on there, which I'm pretty sure they shouldn't have because I thought like they were Catholic. Hungary, but yeah, it looks like they're like, their emblem looks like it's the Orthodox, one of the Orthodox symbols. The swords here holding the line. I mean, they've got plenty in reserve at the moment of the defenders. Balance, power. I mean, the defenders now have the advantage, the 300 man advantage. So they've got plenty of ammo. And a general as well. Like all their generals have like still wet, while the Ottomans have lost one. Well, actually, I think Hungary did lose his general as well. So maybe Hungary's army won't be as effective. Who knows? We've got shock infantry going in down here. And there you go, they retreated, having none of it. There's an axe unit here, this Cabazan going in fact. It's not a... I think I might have said it was a shock infantry unit, like it was Janistry, but it's not. It's just the mere axes, the Cabazan. They're getting sandwiched currently between shock infantry and a spear. So it's a rock and a hard place, and look at that, already routing. Not a good sign. Shock infantry up here starting to do some decent damage against Croatians, so not anything insane. And yeah, it's looking a little thin on the ground on my side over here for reserves.
Their unit has rallied.
And over here as well, we're starting to see a bit of a mass rout from the Ottomans. Got 1, 2, potentially 3 units of swords that are about to break here. Really, they could do with changing their plan. And here we go. Seems like we've got Ottomans down the main street as well, also engaging. Well, I say that they're now retreating. Cowards! In they go again. Fighting for the Sultan. For Islam. But yeah, I mean, Sigetvar was actually like an island fortress. It's kind of like a really tough place to attack. No wonder like 3,000 men were able to hold it against 100,000 for such a long time. Fortunately, 1212 doesn't really allow any sort of like intricate cool maps like that just yet. Really hope someone will make something like that. Not necessarily Sigetvar, but just like, you know, like a city on water that's like, well, like, just on body water, with like a few bridges across. That would be so cool. The best I could do for this one is just having like a portion of the city on a river, which is, I guess, okay. It's kind of like, you know, where we're going to, but we've got what we're going for, but not quite. At this point, we have the Ottoman Turks. They're firing their guns. They're already trying to break those. Bring that spear. Break that spear, no, not break it. Break that spear. Got artillery still firing in, trying to hit these communal nobles back here as they flee for their lives. Another general over here as well definitely could get focused down. He's down to 38 men. The Hungarian infantry is so easy to identify. It's bright orange. Got Cav coming in. Oh, it's the general. It's the Ban of Croatia. He's actually managed to sneak through. And it looks like, yeah, he's going to get a good rear charge, breaking that Janistry unit there. Don't know why the Hybrid didn't engage. I mean, I guess it's low on men. That's possibly why. I really don't know. Starting to thin out a little bit over on this side as well for Croatia, and I mean, they can't commit everything here to the walls. As you can see, they're already building up a reserve full of pole arms and shock. It's going to be brutal, and a general and some artillery. Yeah, it's going to be a brutal fight for the city, for the Ottomans. If anyone can do it, it's going to be arguably one of the strongest factions in the game. Pavis battle on. They're actually the Despot spears, I believe. They're battling on. But yeah, really starting to slow down. Actually, there's a bit of a breakthrough over here. You can see shock infantry breaking through. There was Vlastici and Janistry shock infantry breaking through. Can they get to the swords here? I don't know. We'll have to see. They could catch a whole bunch of shock infantry here. If they don't retreat. I mean, they could have retreated just back towards those archers. But it looks like they're going to have to sacrifice themselves to try and kill more Ottomans, but also to just save their comrades. So it's a very brave thing to do here by the shock infantry of Croatia. Having recently been to Croatia, this would have been very cool to go and see. But I think it's the other end of the country to where I was, so it would have been a lot of traveling. I don't really know what exactly is still there of the fortress. If any of my if any of my Croatian subscribers know, maybe my Turkish ones as well, they might, I guess, know about this siege. And then do let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to know what you guys know about the siege. We got heavy shock here. These Janissaries back into combat, throwing everything they got at the Croatian line. The Ottomans are making a bit of ground. I mean, they're beating one of the swords down here. They're certainly on this side slowing down the enemy, which is obviously a big win here. In fact, there's pole arms in here now for the Ottomans. Like, it's really not going to plan.
Given up and are running for their lives.
There you go, the spears, all the halberds look like they're going to push back those halberds of the Ottomans. They have routed the spear unit here. We've also got, it looks like some Janissaries are going to be focusing down into the flank here, trying to inflict some damage. It's not a bad plan. So you need to be careful, there's no cavalry that can come over and cause some issues. But yeah, so it seems like we go to strategic mode or tactical map. Seems like the Ottomans have taken the first sort of outskirts of the city. Maybe not over here, but certainly pressing into deeper parts of the city now. And then eventually they're going to have to make that push for the two bridges, which is going to be a toughie, that is for sure. The sword lines continue here. Holding there for now. It's still not really made any progress over here. There's a lot of chain routing going on, actually. We've got routing on both sides. There's swords break. We've got some, 3 units of swords broke for the Croatians, but they did break a polearm and a shock infantry of the Ottomans. We've got just the Azaps here that are fighting some Pavis. So yeah, this has been a costly fight on either side here. I mean, the bodies that must be piling up under this fight right now must be insane. And you get some, as I say it, they're just getting archers up onto this wall here. And they can focus down units down here. You can already see it's under fire from crossbows. So you already got Pavis that are trying to just do exactly that. But yeah, the archers, if they could just focus down into the side of these Pavis, they could really quickly turn this fight around. The Azaps here are beating Pavis, actually. It's kind of surprising to see these Azaps aren't great. They're only good assets that they have a javelin. And they look like Santa. Of course, that's a great asset as well. They're bringing what remains of their army inside, including the Baltese Guard. We've got Azap's swords. We've got Janissary gunners over there. So some good units, that's for sure. Got some archers over here that look like they're going to set up against these polearms. Not a bad idea. I mean, this general's dead. There's communal halberds as well of the Croatians, so they're not great halberds. Just like some peasants that have been given a pike and told to go and fight and die. Also, I just want to say the the shock infantry's only just died on this wall. This took forever to kill these guys off, and now we've got a swordsman up here trying to just replicate what the shock infantry did. Like, shock infantry and wall man, it's nasty. The swords here battling away, fighting tooth and nail for those walls. I think they're actually retreating just as I say that. Maybe not. There's certainly turning into a little bit of cat and mouse a little bit on who risks what. With it being so close. I mean, the Ottomans are 200 behind. Yeah, they're still fighting on there. They could do with maybe some polearms or some archers or something just to maybe help with the flanks. Over on this side, this is looking good though. They're making pushes here. Archers starting to retreat. Could they trap these swords perhaps? I don't know. Certainly making some progress here as well. We've got a general. He's slammed into archers down here. Really nicely done. Really well done there by the Berblay. Shock infantry behind it is ready and waiting. Some Turkish gunners to help rout some of my men and some of Croatia, so it's going to be a rough fight. And that is men starting to break. There's not a good sign. I think it's the polearms over here. I think they've broken. Which is a real problem because it's then just spears versus swords. That's never going to end too well. Over here as well, the push is starting to get slowed down as these communal halberds put them in their place. Pavis here battling against the heavy Janissary infantry, doing a pretty decent job of those Janissaries. So really good to see. General here, there's Sultan himself. Charging and cutting, rear charge these swords, then maybe bounce off, hit the men there. We'll see. Looks like they're going to try and sacrifice this archer to do exactly what I was just saying. Just slow down the charge. Guess it kind of did. They did kind of just slow down that charge. But eventually they'll rout it pretty quickly. Communal nobles going into breaks. Doesn't seem like it slows down the cav at all. They just still plow through. And there you go, the victorious Ottomans. They can make their next assault now. They're going to actually already start their assault on the communal nobles. Honestly, don't know if they really should be, because, I mean, they could be tired. They go up against fresh Byzantines. Well, not Byzantines, sorry. Fresh Croatians. I don't know why I'm on about Byzantines. I guess it's because the Turks are fighting the Byzantines. You can tell it's been a long day, hey. Long day, plenty of recording. I don't know, my Byzantines from my Croatians, it seems. Or my Ottomans from my Mongols. This is good. This is a good proof that the hybrid archer is really good. Imagine if it's a hybrid shock infantry. That thing would be insane. Got a general over here catching the spears. Communal spears could be about to kill a general. That's a really healthy unit of spears as well. It won't be in trouble anytime soon. But yeah, again, more pushes being made here by the Ottomans. And they're nearly at the bridge. All they have to do with the shock infantry is cut off the bridge, and any escape for that spear and crossbow are doomed. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, let's see what's going on this side. So it seems as though, yeah, again, not much in the way of breaking through going on. We've got a Scipio cav that went in for a charge. Hopefully it went in first. If not, if it didn't go in first, it's just charging back its own men. But it looks like they have maybe charging first. Swordsmen are wavering, Despot spears winning. It's always good to see. They need to rush quickly because there's a lot of crossbows back here that could be killed off. A lot of Genoese ones as well. Got archers pushing up here. Got some foot archers moving up. And we've got more archers up here as well as they take on, looks like an Azap sword or something like that. So that's a good win, I guess, for the Azap swords. They'll get some good kills. Shock infantry over here, again slowing down the advance. At this point, I was really hating myself for losing my general. I was like, I wish my general wasn't dead because then I could use my my infantry a little bit more effectively and I could get over here and help clear out these units that are trying to get across the bridge. Doesn't help as well when my ally... actually, they look like they were routing Hungarian troops, actually, those ones. Which I guess is something. Look at that, the flag of Islam flying high. To cut down these remaining communal spears. They don't even stand a chance. So it does seem as though the Ottomans are going to take this side of the river at the moment. The communal nobles here losing. These guys have been an absolute pain for the Ottoman armies so far, putting up a good resistance, but now the Janissaries are able to get their axes loose and start trying to cut these guys down. Arrows coming flying in as well. I mean, who's that from? Looks like maybe he's from these Janissary archers here. I mean, there's a whole bunch back there. It could be from any of these Janissary archers, I guess. But they're doing a lot of damage to these communal nobles, which is good to see. So how are they going to have to beat them? I mean, most of the Croatian infantry has got double chevrons. Which does kind of mean that it is superior to the Ottoman infantry in a one-on-one. So we'll have to see how the Ottoman forces shape up. But there you go, yeah, communal nobles. They're going to waver and break. And we have got a bit of a push going on here. You can see General and a load of polearms now rushing towards units here on the bridge. If they can catch these guys, I mean, certainly these like communal nobles and these spears back here, if they can catch them and keep them this side of the river, it's a big win really there for the Ottomans as they're starting to make some pushes now. They had a rough start, but they've got a 500-man advantage, and they just need to keep that sort of advantage and just keep building on that. But yeah, it's not looking great for my army over here. I'm starting to run out of men. And my morale is just shattered. Like, my guys are just exhausted. I've lost my general. So morale is low. Army losses are coming into effect as well. I had a rough start to this game. But we're going to send in the swords. And we're going to try, yeah, unfortunately my Janissaries to break when I retrieved the swords here. I just didn't fancy getting a shot in the back by crossbows, so we charged into these guys instead. Trying to do some damage. I think we're probably just getting rear charged anyway by spears, but better to get rear charged by spears than getting shot in the back by crossbows, I think. But the Vladistisi here are about to rout anyway, it seems. But yes, it does seem as though it's a bit of a rough... been a bit of a rough siege so far for the Ottomans, as it was in history. It was a tough old siege. We've got some grenadiers back here, or should I call them Nafatoons, really? Because that's really what they are. But yeah, they did a good... They're going to do some good damage, I can already tell. But yeah, I mean, like the Ottomans, they lost Suleiman the Magnificent in this siege battle. Like, this is a huge, like, loss. Or he dies in his tent before the final assault, I guess. Not really, doesn't die. I mean, they lost 20 to 30,000 men. Obviously, like, the entire garrison for the Croatians was basically wiped out. But, I mean, they took, like 30,000, 3,000 taking out 30,000. That's every man taking out 10 men, really, in theory. Baltisi Guard here, coming across. This is a light polearm unit. They're making a push. We are seeing shock infantry here. The Janissaries, they're going to go in. They can get through these pavis. They should be able to do so. Shock does do very well against spears, so they should rinse through these spears. We've got Baltisi Guard as well, pushing up as well with their polearms trying to get in there. And look at that, pavis are already losing decisively. It's a big win there. They need to keep up that sort of momentum, do the Ottomans, if they want to have any chance of breaking through here. There are more Pavis waiting. There's also handgunners here as well that look like they're getting just shelled right now by Janissary archers. Yeah, keep hitting these guys. Hit them hard. Hit these handgunners hard. If they can kill these handgunners off with full ammo, that'll be a big win. Because handgunners, can do not only like morale, AP damage, but can do morale damage, as I was just trying to say there, which can be, if anything, more destructive, especially if generals have been lost, because obviously morale's already lower then, and then with the projectile sort of like debuff as well, it's equally pretty problematic. We've got handgunners over here. We've got some Janissary ones setting up, part of the famous Janissary Corps of the Ottomans. They're setting up. They're getting ready to go in. Don't know what they're firing at. There you go. They're firing at something. Hopefully not firing at the spears or anything like that, because I think they are firing at these crossbows over here and doing a decent amount of damage. Look at that. Really doing some damage to these guys. It's good to see. Yeah, lots of these Pavis back here with ammo though. So we need to get rid of those quickly. But the gunners starting to get hit a little bit themselves. It's a costly sort of fight. But yeah, these handgunners getting hit hard by the archers. And yeah, the fight continues over this bridge. Pole arms and shock infantry fighting side by side. And you can see in the background there, more spears coming forward, more Pavis coming into the fight. So it's not really changing the strategy, but it's not like, that's just Hungary, Croatia just slowing down the Ottomans. They're going to need to send other stuff other than like just spears if they want to stop that shock infantry. We have actually got a cavalry sally out over here as well. We've got a bands of Croatia going in. I don't know what they're going after. There's the general's just over here. He's just chilling on his own. I guess they may be going for his artillery. It's not a bad idea. It is undefended. There's not much they can do about that. This artillery here is probably going to get taken out. And this artillery is ammo. Pretty key ammo, which could be used to obviously just shoot at culverines and all sorts of stuff. Shoot at... So the culverin could be used to shoot at all sorts of stuff. It could be used to shoot like pike formations, all sorts. It looks like we're about to see maybe a general sally out as well from the Sultan. So we're going to see Suleiman himself go into combat. And he might get himself killed here because there's a much more healthy band of Croatia on the way. And it looks like they're going to take out the guns anyway. Yeah, look at this. Croatia coming in with a much more healthy general unit. Riding in there, knocking down this culverin unit. Wiping it off the face of the earth, and there you go. I think the Sultan might be done for. It's a shame. It's a brave act there by the Sultan trying to save the artillery, but it did not work. Unfortunately, yeah, the Allied general did die there. We did get the mortar inside there with a little bit of ammo, which is good because that's probably even better unit to lob missiles over this bridge or over these bridges and just try and hit stuff that's behind them. This bridge over here is not being assaulted so much. There has been a general charge there though, but there is gunners waiting on yeah, as you can see here, gunners there waiting on their barricade trying to hit stuff. And yeah, they did a lot of damage to that general's body. Got 72 down to 49. They did break the crossbows though, so a bit of a win there, I guess. They did the Ottomans' job for them. Got artillery coming in, trying to hit these shock infantry back here. This is an even bigger blob I'd be trying to hit here. I mean, if they can reach, this is a lot of pole arms and a lot of shock infantry just sat in one spot. But all of this is not a good sign for the Ottomans, who've still got a lot then to deal with. But yeah, currently now, there's just the bridge assault over here. I mean, what are the numbers currently? 3,100 against 2,300. Still very close. And it gets closer. I don't want to spoil it, but it is a very close fight. With the Baltisi Guard down here, they're just battling away with these Pavis spears. Don't know why. There's that guy. I don't know if you can see that. This guy here just charging off to the left is just whacking. He's like using his halberd like as a mace almost. It's a strange tactic. We've got more shock infantry coming in. And yeah, this is just a grindy old fight now. This is kind of all there is. This is literally, there's no tactics to it now. It's just who has the greatest will to keep fighting over this bridge. The Ottomans setting in fresh Janissaries. And they've also got their Janissaries over here as well on the side of the river, just gunning stuff down or trying to gun stuff down. But if they're going to want to have to stretch the defenders, they're going to have to attack this barricade here as well with the handgunners. And try and use that against, or use that that entry point as well. It's going to be tough, but we'll have to see what happens. I mean, look at this, handgunners coming back up. These guys are already pretty weakened. We're going to see more missiles being fired onto these handgunners now. Yep, starting to do some damage. My gosh, yeah, these guys are going to get focused down pretty hard right now. Look at this. Oh my gosh, numbers dropping quickly. Just watch from their perspective here. It's a beautiful sight, like beautiful view they got. They're firing, trying to hit the Baltisi Guard, I think, in the Janissaries on that bridge. Yeah, they're taking a lot of losses just to try and get off a couple of half decent shots. I mean, they're doing a lot of wavering. Look at this, a lot of wavering for the Ottomans. Also same with the for the Croatians here, and there's still some Ottomans down here that are refusing to even waver. So they need to be careful using those gunners. It could nearly cost them the choke point. There you go. I mean, the archers need to be careful that they don't run across here. They may be pretty good in melee, but they're not needed just yet. This shock infantry on its own should be able to just break through, to be honest. I'm seeing polearms being shifted across now. It looks like some Italian Riconeventura. I'm pretty sure we've seen there's some of those fighting for the Ottomans as well. Actually, I don't know if they're here, but I certainly think I had some for my army. So yeah, so they're both fighting on both sides. They just, you know what, they don't care who wins. They just need to earn money. They'll fight for either side who has money. I respect that in the Italians. No morals. The shock. I mean, they're making progress. Look at this. I mean, the halberds, they put them up now, would be able to sort of form up a phalanx of sort. We have got Croatian communal nobles just behind, ready to go. These guys, as we already know, are a pain.
Enemy units have returned to the battle.
And it's turning into a bit of a grind fest here. What is coming up? We've just got spears in here as well now. Despot spears. I don't know if this is the same Janissary. Oh no, there's two. One of them is losing now. And spears in here aren't going to help against the communal nobles. They need their own halberds. Because there are halberds now coming up. And we've got some Hungarian ones, in fact. They're just like covered in plate armor. And they've got like black armor of some of them. This looks awesome, it really does. But let's see. Here we go. Finally, some halberds coming up, some Baltisi Guard, but they're light halberds. Already losing decisively. They only just got into combat. Jeez, they're gonna need to send up some nasty stuff. Got the Janissary Billmen back here that might need to go up soon. And we're seeing Grenadiers looking like they're getting moving as well. But yeah, the Janissary halberdiers. These are gonna be the guys that are gonna maybe make the difference. I think they're very nasty pole arms. They can certainly do some good damage in a fight down here. I mean, they don't want to blow up too much because that could also be a problem. I mean, the defenders will love this. They'll use their mortars, they'll use their gunners, they'll use their archers to try and break through. They have broken through over here, though. Have the Ottomans. They have destroyed the barricade. It cost them most of this infantry in here, which has now just broken. But they have now got through. If they can send other troops across, they've got more swords here. They've got like some Janissary like hybrids as well, and they're bringing over halberds of their own. They can now start to rush here and put pressure on this flank. So now the defenders have got two flanks to worry about, two choke points. 2,600 versus 1,900. The defenders certainly haven't lost too much, I feel like, since we last checked in on those numbers. The Ottomans still have a bit of a gap, but not much. It's about 500-600 difference. And you got to think that the defenders are only sending up their best stuff now. I mean, so do Janissaries, but the defenders have got some nasty ass units that are still lingering back there. All that shock infantry, all those halberds. Not easy stuff to kill. There you go, the halberds are sending those Ottomans packing. We're going to see what is being set up. It looks like gunners. We're going to see gunners going up. Not a bad idea there from the Ottomans. These halberds, these handgunners, sorry, over here, are being used. This is the other unit, I think, that's not being focused down so much, but they could do with shooting it, that is for sure. Looks like we're seeing Janissaries being moved up. And the swords going in as well. And here we go, another good old choke point fight getting underway. Just some Voynich swords getting in there amongst just some basic swordsmen, it looks like, of Croatia. You let me know what you thought about the siege battle so far. I mean, you haven't seen the end yet, which might change your opinion, but do you like Croatia? I mean, we don't even see Hungary that often, but like Croatia as a faction, what do you think of it? What do you rate it? The Janissaries here, they're ready to go in. Apparently they're winning decisively. I mean, they don't look like they're really fighting anyone. But apparently they are. The gunners here, they're wavering. Not doing much. And you can see the Ottomans kind of running out of options of what to do on this flank over here. Looks like we're about to see a Baltisi Guard go up. It's a weak unit. But it is something, I guess. I don't know what the plan is exactly. But it is going up. At this point, I was saying to I was out, so I was just chatting to my teammates. I was like, get this Janissary unit, put it on this wall over here. Because if you put it on this wall, you can fire across. And get a pretty decent angle onto the pole arms here, and maybe be able to send that pole arm packing. Because you can see the Baltisi Guard here; they're taking casualties. They need to be careful. That is for sure. But yeah, here we got the pole arms going in, along with the Voynich swords, and they are getting stuck in there. And here we go, Croatia is on the ropes on this flank here. I feel. The Ottomans are coming with a bit of a vengeance. They're having a bit of frustration on the other side. This side, they're going to just try and let out that frustration. There's just a bit of pokey from either side as they use their halberds. Poke away, boys. But yeah, here we go. Already the handgunners up here starting to fire down onto these halberds down here. Taking some casualties, down to 116 men. Yeah, let's look from their perspective. They must have a pretty good view. I can negotiate the tower as well. We'll go from here. Yeah, they got a pretty good view onto those gunners, onto those halberds. Sorry. Just fire from there. Yeah, and really nice shots actually. They're getting now. Down to 97. They've killed a fair few of those. And the thing is, they're also doing HP damage. The gunners are even better the closer they get. But look at this. I was like telling my teammates now, like, charge across this damn bridge. They're giving it up to escape those gunners. And I was like, just get the Janissaries in there. Start poking away on these boys. Just start killing them. Also, just need to be careful they don't just shoot your own. Shoot your own boys. It's not a good idea because it looks like the Croatians are going to do that job for us anyway. They're bringing up their handgunners and they're going to try and gun down anything that gets into that space. There we got some Solak Guard archers here. They're sneaking around. That was a really nice little sneak they got going on there. If they can flank these halberds, even better. By the way, there's grenadiers coming up here now, and they were starting to stack up units, and we were like, well, if we could hit that sword unit, the halberd unit behind would also be in front. Sorry. Might get some of the hits, but at the moment, yeah, we've got the crossbows still with like the tiniest bit of ammo, firing down on these damn grenadiers. I was getting really annoyed, but here we go, grenades going off. Oh boy, there we go, grenades going in. I was just saying to my teammate just to throw all the grenades. Like if they keep They're just going to stand there, keep throwing grenades. But maybe he's going out there. He's running for his life. Might be a smart idea, to be honest. He did take a fair few losses, and that was even with the first one. Grenadiers just aren't very well protected in 12-12. They're not easy to protect. You go make sure there's no archers around, really. But here we go. Big push now by the Ottomans. Lots of Janissaries getting in there. They're going to go after the shock infantry. Can the communal nobles of Croatia hold back the shock and the elites of the Ottoman Empire? We will see. There's a lot of them down here. The Janissaries really making a big push now. They're winning, but the halberds are getting in there now. That might turn the tide of that battle. Those are gaps that are starting to form in these Croatian communal nobles over here. Technically surrounded. Doesn't seem to stop them. They're butchering those Solak archers there. Like I say, in this shock infantry, man, it just doesn't know when to die. Does not know when to die. We've got some Janissaries over here as well. They're trying to damage this barricade, try and bring it down. While the handgunners well, they're not really firing, actually. They've got the crossbows as well. They're starting to turn around and they're firing into this choke point again. And that's seen as an opportunity for the handgunners to, for the grenadiers to come up. Halberds over here are winning. They're taking a lot of casualties though, but they are beating back these Italian pole arms. They're probably less armored than the Italian ones as well, and they just don't give a damn. The grenadiers need to try and hit like these halberdiers back here. I just throw everything you got. They might be forming, going into like loose formation. Just throw grenades at them. Grenades will still do a decent amount of damage to a loose formation like this. Like look, still does a pretty still hits like multiple men. Still causes all sorts of problems, and it's doing the AP damage. That's the thing. And look at that. They're gonna have to come out of that loose formation, go back into tight formation. It looks like they're actually going to break, unfortunately. These grenadiers aren't looking too healthy. The halberds, they reformed up pretty quickly, actually. That was a very efficient phalanx that was formed there. They're now ready to challenge and take on the swords and the polearms here. Could the Janissary infantry, could they just sneak into this complex and then go out and just try and flank these guys? I don't know. Where to go? But yeah, as you can see over here, battle lines starting to form up. We've got spears and halberds and stuff all getting ready. This halberd unit's looking the wrong way. But can it flank these communal nobles? Potentially. As the fight goes on. Halberds all covered in black armor look epic. They really do. There's less than 10 minutes left of this siege battle now. And it really could still go either way. The Ottomans actually kind of losing that lead. They're only down to about 200 man advantage at the moment. Not looking great. We've got a communal halberd now moving up over here. That's going to try and challenge the Janissaries. And these are light pole arms. They're not really going to have much luck, I'd imagine, against the Janissaries. But who knows? Got some archers going in as well, trying to flank these guys. And yeah, look at that. They're getting out of there. These communal halberdiers losing quite a lot of men quite quickly there. Need to be careful. I mean, they did a good charge. Actually, nearly routed that communal halberd. We're going to see the shock infantry here of the Hungarians countercharge. They're going to go in there and try and deal with those Janissaries. But there is a bit of a gathering going on here of a resistance of both Croatian and Hungarian troops. And we also got one of the Croatian generals here, a healthy one as well. Jeez, one that's not even seen action. Well, we'll have to see some action soon, I'm sure. We're seeing some gunners being moved up as well. I don't know if they were going to be used maybe on this general. I'd shoot this general while he's just stood here. patiently. Especially while they're doing the same on, against you. Just sending the Janissaries to try and tie stuff down. Looks like they're going to try and maybe use them to kill off these communal nobles, which are wavering actually. Fight! Fight to the death! Whatever damned faith you're part of. You can see a volley here. By the Janissaries, they put a pretty brutal volley into that band of Croatia there. They're going to retreat behind the polearms and the spears. And there you go, yeah, the general's like, I'm having none of that, I'm getting out of there. But really nice move there by the Ottomans. They need to do the same thing again, really. Just keep attacking. I mean, in fact, you can see the generals retreating. Get these communal halberds. You just need to wrap around what remains here, because this is a lot. You got a healthy Hungarian halberd. You got communal halberds here. Some shock infantry that just refuses to die. Wrap all that up. You're in business. Halberds here kind of being tied down by the communal nobles. They just need to be careful because there could be a charge here, yeah, by the Band of Croatia. He's coming forward again. He fancies his odds. He now runs away. I think he sees that the halberds aren't going to give him a chance. Good volley there by the gunners. Doing a decent amount of damage. Those that shock infantry, I think it might break almost instantly going in there. Don't know if it's really seriously going to do any damage yet. Broke instantly. Really nicely done. There's an assault on this side now here as well. We've got halberds versus halberds. Let's see who makes the who breaks through. I'm going to say the halberds. But you never know. My final unit, my mortar crew, is in there battling away, making the difference against this halberd attack here. They're not broken yet, but they might do soon. They're wavering, and they're losing quite a lot of men. But this is seriously close now, and there you go. A breakthrough has been made. We've got handgunners on their way up over here. What they really need to do is get these Janissaries, keep them protected. And they just need to, like, kind of just block off this choke point so the general can't get out. Yeah, over here, all he can do is just go and hide in this little corner. Yeah, they're just going to make a push, it looks like, against the remaining halberds. They make sure they break properly. It's probably a good idea. I mean, it's going to help with the gunners just going to shoot them in the back as well. That would really help the morale stakes. It's looking good right now for the Ottomans. They're seeming to turn around. There's about 1,000. We'll call it 1,100 versus 800. So they're doing a good job. They just need to keep it up. Everything that they have left has to be thrown in. Halberds starting to die. They made a bit of a push there. Bit of an error potentially. And the Janissaries are doing them. Here you go. The push is on. Got lots of gunners though still alive for the defense. Still got those Croatian ones there. I think they got another one as well. Not the strongest, but yeah, another weak Croatian unit. And they're gonna make a attack now onto these Pavis crossbows. This is the next assault. There isn't much left on this side. It's just Janissaries here. What else have they got? Really not much. Might as well bring up these like little like tiny units of swords if they're not going to break, which they just did. Rip. Yeah, literally everything else has been committed here by the Ottomans. It's all or nothing now. Got a general here. He can't really get anywhere. He's kind of boxed in by all these attacks on different sides here. But he's gonna charge in the back of his own men. It's definitely not gonna be a good idea. The generals here need to use their ammo and just try and shoot on the generals that are just this general here that's just sitting in the middle doing nothing. But maybe he's gonna try and go through his gap. I think he is. He's gonna try and go through the gap. Definitely was kind of a pull through, and he's going to just continue to pull through there. I don't know if that really was okay. If he kind of like formed more column, but he kind of did just like, he got stuck on the Janissaries and then just decided to just pull through the Janissaries. But yeah, here we go, rear charge. This is going to just kill off this poor Janissary unit here that otherwise was doing a pretty decent job holding back the Pavis, and there you go. That's that flank now gone for the Ottomans. That was pretty brutal. This flank over here now, the Janissaries starting to die as they take on these communal shock infantry here. The gunners as well, so trying to get some decent shots off the flanks. They are starting to waver. The guns here, look at that, minus 13 morale it does. It's incredible the amount of morale damage it's done. And I think that's them breaking, in fact. Yeah, they're breaking and just running through the communal shock infantry. Just getting them extra kills. There you go. They're probably loving that. But they have broken through on this side of the Ottomans. We've got the swords here going in. Taking on these Pavis. Chop them down, boys. And there goes the general. He's just charged in. Pretty good charge. Really, oh, I think he's actually pulling through as well, to be fair. So, no better than really. He should have just gone around the side. He could have just done that and he could have rear charged that Pavis. And we've got a general v general here. It certainly doesn't look like it's doing too well for the Ottoman general who's starting to waver. The other general's on his way up. He's a much more healthy unit. He needs to be careful. This is the final general, I think, for the Croatians. So they do need to be careful with them. If they lose him, he might be in trouble. I mean, same with the Ottomans. But there you go. He's wavering. I think the gunners aren't helping the situation either. And look at that. A lot of wavering troops now. And there you go. Halberds breaking. Oh, and the whole load of stuff broke there. But he's still hitting that general pretty hard. They're desperately trying to get those that general in there amongst the gunners. Not looking like it's going to go too well. He did charge in amongst the ranks. And looks like the general's going to break. And that could be costly. And look at it. It's so tight. It's currently 250 versus 250. Janissary starting to waver and break, though, as they take on these communal nobles. They get one rear charge with that general, maybe, on these halberds. They might just win it, but the halberds also are winning here. And there you go. Ally been destroyed, and the halberds here. It looks like they're going to take out the shock infantry. Well done there. I mean, still is pretty damn close, but 178 against 250. I mean, it's one halberd unit trying to now mop up a lot of other stuff. It's going to be very tough to be done. If anyone's going to do it, it's the Janissaries. Can they do it? Can they recreate history? Can they win at the Siege of Segitsvar? Can they do it? I don't know. We'll see. They need to get like a charge up here. Yeah, I told them just get out of like phalanx, just charge in there. He's going to do something. The general. Oh, there is a gunner unit back here. Didn't even see that. Yeah, that gunner unit in fact just blew away a general unit. Yeah, they actually have a second unit still alive. I totally forgot about that little thing, that little flank. But yeah, that's unfortunate. The valiant defeat there for the Ottomans. And there you go. History has been changed. The Croatians did in fact successfully defend the siege of Segitsvar in our 12-12 scenario. But it was a very, very close battle. Came down to the wire. One of the closest scenarios we've done in a long, long time for 12-12. But yeah, so this was done on the Discord channel. If you want to get involved in some of those sieges, then feel free to join the Discord. The link's down below in the description. We try to do as many scenarios as we can in a week. And yeah, I mean, if you want to create some as well, you're also more than welcome to. But yeah, I was playing as one of the Ottoman armies. Had a really rough start with my general dying, and my cav just had a rough time as well. I mean, 16 and 33, yeah, rough. My Ottoman mortar got like 184 kills. Gunner's getting 99 kills. My Janissaries, like my armored one's getting 149 kills. And my sword's getting 115. Shock infantry 119, 173. 138 with the Italian polearms, which I thought they were on both sides, but there you go. Then we have Miha playing as another Ottoman army, 104 kills with his general, 258 with a Janissary shock infantry. His polearms, yeah, like 50 kills, I think great. Azap's getting 192 kills, though, is very good, better than actually any of his Voynuks. His gunners getting 226, 124 with the solar guard archers, 161 with another hit. His Scipii Cav getting 199 and 162 with his horse archers. Then we have Chicken Wolf playing as another Ottoman army. He's actually playing as the Sultan. He got 489 kills with the Sultan. Very nice. Janissary Shock getting 223. 224, sorry, 113 with his spears here. 205 kills with the Janissary Billman, 237 with the Janissary like archers, but most of them getting like over 100, 192 for that one. And then we have Mythic playing as the final Ottoman army, 173 with his Cav here, or his general, 222 with his Janissary Shock. His spears getting 106, 152 kills, 188 with the Janissary Billman. His Vlatisisi getting 162. His Janissaries getting 300 kills. Incredible. And his Grenadiers only getting 59 kills. Then we have Anzac playing as the Kingdom of Hungary. 193 kills with his King's Bodyguard. 203 with a Shock Infantry here. 230 with a Spear unit. 133 with the Pole Arms. 117 with the Archers there. And 207 with his Crossbows. Then we have Sharp playing as Croatia. 258 with the Communal Nobles. 143 with his Cav, 315 with another one here, very nice. 111 with the Halberds, 128 with the Swords, 165 with another one there. 312 with the Pavese Crossbows, 255 with the Genoese Crossbows, very nice. Then we have Omens playing as the Kingdom of Croatia. 479 kills these handgunners, very, very good. Pavese Crossbows getting 137 kills. I mean, you got the swords here with 116, 133. Pole arms getting 128, 132 kills with the communal spears, 207 with the communal nobles, 384 with another one there, and 154 kills with his banner of Croatia. And then we have Kaiser of the Germans, 195 with the mortar, 131 with the Pavese, 135 with his swords here. 103 with the Pavese spears, and his shock infantry getting 168, and his general 137. But there you go, the Siege of Sigetsvar. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm struggling to pronounce it seems today. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the siege. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show your support, and I'll see you in the next one.